You've spent so long believing that the way to win a man over is to try harder, to be more interesting, more agreeable, more put together, more impressive. So you carefully choose your words, you manage how you come across, you work to be the version of yourself you think he'll want most. And yet, beneath all that effort, you can feel something isn't landing. The harder you try to be perfect for him, the more distant the real connection seems to get. But here's the truth almost no one tells you. The moment you finally stop trying so hard is the exact moment a man starts noticing the things that actually make him fall. Let's be clear about what stopping trying does not mean. It doesn't mean becoming careless, cold, or indifferent. It doesn't mean you stop showing up or stop caring. It means you stop performing. You stop curating every word, stop managing every impression, stop auditioning for a role you were never meant to play. Because here's the thing most women never realize. All that effort to impress him is actually hiding the very thing he's most drawn to. And when you finally set the effort down, that hidden thing comes into view. So what does a man actually notice when you stop trying so hard? Not the polished version you work to present. He notices what's underneath it, and it changes everything. Because a man can sense, even if he can't explain it, the difference between someone performing for him and someone simply being herself in front of him. The performance keeps him at arm's length. The realness pulls him in. And the strange truth is that you become more attractive to him the moment you stop working to be attractive at all. Here's why this matters more than anything you could do to impress him. People don't connect to perfection. They connect to authenticity. A perfectly managed version of you gives him nothing real to hold on to. It's polished, but it's distant. Like a photograph of a person rather than the person herself. But when you relax, when the effort drops away and the real you appears, he finally has something genuine to connect to. And genuine connection is the only kind that lasts. Think of it like a tightly clenched fist slowly opening. When you're trying so hard, everything about you is subtly closed, guarded, controlled, holding a shape. He can see it, but he can't quite reach it. But when you stop trying, the fist opens, the hand relaxes, and suddenly there's something open and real for him to actually take hold of. The effort wasn't drawing him closer. It was the very thing keeping him out. So let's walk through exactly what a man notices when you finally let go of trying so hard, the quiet things he sees that no amount of effort could ever have shown him. The first thing he notices is the real you. Finally. When you're trying hard, he's not actually meeting you. He's meeting a carefully managed version. The right words, the measured reactions, the personality smoothed down to be as agreeable as possible. And a man can feel that smoothing even if he can't name it. He senses there's a real person behind the performance, but he can't quite reach her. Then you stop trying, and something shifts. Your actual sense of humor comes out. You disagree when you disagree. You say the slightly unpolished thing instead of the perfect thing, and suddenly he's no longer talking to a presentation. He's talking to a person. He doesn't think she's being more authentic now. He just feels that the conversation got real, that you got real, and that realness is magnetic in a way perfection never is. Because he can admire a polished woman, but he can only fall for a real one. And notice the contrast here. The effort you thought was making you more appealing was actually flattening you, sanding off the very edges, quirks, and opinions that make you you. A man doesn't fall for the absence of flaws. He falls for the presence of a real person. When you stop trying to be flawless, you stop being forgettable, and you start being unmistakably yourself. The second thing he notices is your peace and your self-respect underneath it. When you're trying hard, there's always a faint anxiety running beneath everything. Is he pleased? Did I say the right thing? Is this working? And a man feels that anxiety even when you hide it well because it leaks into your energy. It tells him quietly that your sense of okay depends on his reaction. But when you stop trying so hard, that anxiety dissolves. You become calm, grounded, at ease whether he's impressed or not. And that calm communicates something powerful without a single word, that you respect yourself enough not to perform for approval. Here's why this lands so deeply. A man is drawn to a woman whose center holds steady on its own. When your peace doesn't rise and fall with his every reaction, he reads it as self-respect. And self-respect is one of the most attractive things a woman can have, because it's rare and it can't be faked. He doesn't think she has strong boundaries. He just feels that you're solid, settled, not waiting on him to feel whole. And that steadiness makes him want to lean in, because a woman who isn't anxiously seeking his approval becomes someone whose approval he suddenly wants to earn. And the contrast is everything. The woman who tries hard is, without meaning to, asking him to validate her. The woman who has stopped trying is simply living and letting him decide whether he's lucky enough to be part of it. One position quietly gives him power, the other quietly makes him pursue. These first two are things he feels almost immediately, but there are two more that run even deeper, and they're the ones that decide whether he merely likes you or can't stop thinking about you. The third thing he notices is that you're complete without his approval, and this one quietly changes how he sees you. When you're trying hard, every bit of effort sends him a subtle message that you need something from him, his validation, his reassurance, his confirmation that you're enough. And while that might feel like devotion, a man reads it differently. He senses that your fullness depends on him, and what depends on him entirely stops feeling like a prize and starts feeling like a responsibility. But when you stop trying, something becomes visible that wasn't before. You're already whole. Your life is full. Your sense of self is intact. Your happiness was never sitting in his hands. He doesn't think she's independent. He feels it as a kind of gravity. She'd be just fine without me. And paradoxically, the woman he believes he could lose is the one he suddenly can't stop wanting to keep. Here's the contrast that makes it work. A woman trying hard is, in his mind, asking to be chosen. A woman who has stopped trying is simply living her life and quietly leaving him to decide whether he gets to be part of it. The first removes his urgency. The second creates it. Because a man values what he might not get to have far more than what he knows is already his. The fourth thing he notices is your presence, the full weight of you once you stop managing the moment. When you're trying hard, part of you is always somewhere else, watching yourself, editing yourself, calculating how you're coming across. You're never fully in the room. But when you let go of all that, you finally arrive. You're actually there, listening with your whole attention, reacting honestly, present in a way that's become rare in a distracted world. And a man feels that completely. He feels seen by you, met by you, like he has your real attention instead of a performance aimed in his direction. He won't say, her presence is grounding. He'll just notice that being around you feels different, calmer, more real than being around almost anyone else, and he'll find himself wanting more of it. So here's the truth underneath all four. A man doesn't fall for the woman who tries the hardest. He falls for the woman who finally stops trying and simply lets herself be real, be calm, be whole, be present. Everything you thought you had to earn through effort, you actually reveal through ease. The trying wasn't drawing him in. It was the curtain hiding the very things that would. So the next time you feel that urge to do more, to manage, to perform, to be perfect for him, pause and let it go. Let yourself be exactly who you are without the editing. Because while you were busy trying to be impressive, you were hiding the one thing that was always going to make him fall. You, real and unguarded, no longer trying at all. And that is the version of you he was waiting to notice all along.